Hello kids, this video is to show you how our topic for these days works. Our topic these days is present perfect. I think that you already know it, that you have already learned it, that you have already studied in previous years. But today we're going to review because it's the thing we have to study these days. Okay, present perfect. All right. Present perfect. Then we're gonna start with our structures. You know that very important here is to work with the structures, okay? Then we got, for the affirmative form we have, as always, our subject, auxiliary have or has for the third person, because you know the difference between the third person, he, she, and it. So it works differently in some tenses. The main verb in past participle. The main verb in past participle. That means the third column that you have in the dictionary, your list. Alright, because you know that you have the base form, the past simple, and the past participle. And of course, our complement. That will be in affirmative. Okay? Now, let's work in negative. Again, we have our subject, then we have our auxiliaries, have or has. You know, has for the third person. He, she, it. Not the negative, we cannot use the contraction haven't or hasn't, okay, according to the person. Plus the main verb in past participle again, plus the complement, okay. And in interrogative, the structure for the interrogative form, we have, as you know, if it's requested, a WH question. If it's not requested, you know that it's different to work a WH question than the yes or not question. The yes or not question is as simple as this: auxiliary have or has plus the subject plus the main verb in past participle again plus the complement. Okay, so far those are the structures. Okay, anyway, I'll try to send you this presentation also so you can have access to this information I'm giving. Okay, let's repeat again. In affirmative, the subject, auxiliary have or has, main verb in past participle plus the complement. In negative, we got subject, auxiliary have or has, plus not, or haven't or hasn't, verb in past participle, and complement. And in interrogative form, auxiliary have or has, subject, verb in past participle, or complement. I think that so far is clear, right? If you have any question, remember that you can send me an email on my institutional email and ask. Okay, let's continue. When do we use present perfect? We use present perfect basically in 4 situations. We use it for 4 situations. So we're gonna start with the first situation. Situation number 1. We use present perfect to talk about actions in the past. When we have an action that happened in the past, but the specific time is not important, it's not relevant, it's not really necessary to know when that action happened. The relevance here in my sentence, when I express present perfect, is to express that the action happened in the past. When we don't know, we don't care. Okay? It's only to know that the action happened anytime in the past. For example, I have traveled to Uruguay. When I say I have traveled to Uruguay, I'm not mentioning exactly when. Yes, we say here, when, we don't know. It's not important to know. The only thing I want to express here is that any time in my life I went to Uruguay. Ergo, I have traveled to Uruguay. Okay, in any moment in the past. That's my information here. Another example. Mary has eaten octopus. Mary has eaten octopus. The information here is that Mary, in any moment of her life, ate octopus. We don't know when, we don't care when. The relevant information here is to know that she has done that action, that she has eaten octopus in any moment of her life. Okay? Here we got another example. My parents have sailed the Nile. Right? My parents have sailed the Nile. When I say my parents have sailed the Nile, I'm not expressing when. Yeah, I'm not expressing when. But my expression here is that in any moment of their lives, they went to Egypt and they took a boat and they went on the Nile River sailing. Okay, so that means that my parents have sailed the Nile. They've been in the Nile River sailing. Okay, when we don't know, we don't care. All right. Okay, that's situation number one. Let's repeat. An action in the past, but it's not important, it's not relevant to express when that action happened. All right. Okay, let's go with situation number two. Situation number two, we have an action repeated in the past, a repetition in the past. When we mention an action that happened several times but in the past, okay? For example, a sentence that you're gonna like very much. I have watched John Wick 4 times. That means that in the past, in any moment, I repeated that action. What is the action? That I watched John Wick. Okay? How many times? 4 times. Alright? Another example. Catalina has read The Black Cat many times. So in the past, Catalina, she repeated the action. In this case, I'm not mentioning the number of times, but I'm expressing that she did it several times. Okay? Many times. Next. Charles and Mary have been in Paris twice. Charles and Mary have been in Paris twice. Okay? That means that they repeated that action. Okay? Now, one thing here, a new word maybe for some of you. The word twice. Twice means 2 times. 2 times. When we say twice, we express 1, 2 times. Okay? As well as when we express 1 time, we say once. Once means 1 time. Twice means 2 times. Okay? That means that Charles and Mary have been in Paris 2 times. Charles and Mary have been in Paris twice. Alright. Number 3. We use present perfect to express an action, to express a period of time that is not finished. Just when an action happened in a period of time that is not finished. How is that? I'm gonna give some example using past simple. In this case, I went to El Corral last week. Here I'm using past simple because when I talk about last week, I'm talking about a period of time that is not finished. Okay? It's not finished. It's finished. Last week is already finished. Okay? That's why we use past simple. Now, I give an example. I have gone to El Corral this week. This week. Okay? That means today is Thursday, I think. So that means that we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got other 3 days for the week to finish. This week is a period of time that is not finished. Okay? That's why we use present perfect. So again, when we talk about a period of time that is not finished, that the action is taking process in that period of time, we use present perfect. Okay? Let's repeat. I went to El Corral last week. Last week is finished. Ergo is past simple. I have gone to El Corral this week. This week is not finished. Ergo is present perfect. And why is that? Because since the period of time is not finished, we have the opportunity to repeat that action again, right? Maybe I go to El Corral tomorrow. Maybe I'll go to El Corral in 2 days. All right? Okay. And now, number 4, the one that is main topic here, because in our unit this time is about using present perfect with prepositions for and since. How is that? Prepositions for and since. That is when we're talking about an action that comes from the past, is in the present, and may continue in the future. Okay? When we talk about an action that comes from the past, is in the present, and may continue in the future. Okay? How is that? we use the prepositions for and since. Why? I have lived in Colombia for 19 years. Then pay attention to this. I'm using the preposition for here in order to express the quantity. I mean, you can count, I can count the quantity there. Yes, I'm talking about years. So 19 years. That's why I use preposition for 19 years. That's when I use preposition for. But let's see. I have lived in Colombia since the year 2001. Okay, when I mention here the moment when the action started, in this case the year 2001, I use preposition since. Do you notice the difference? Is it clear? I'll repeat again. When I say I have lived in Colombia for 19 years, I'm expressing the quantity. I'm expressing the quantity in this case. When I express I have lived in Colombia since the year 2001, I'm expressing when the action started. Okay, I'm expressing there when the action started. Okay, so far clear? Is it? All right. I have here another example. Robert has been a teacher for 3 months. Robert has been a teacher for 3 months. For 3 months. Preposition for to express the quantity. Okay? And if I change that preposition for the preposition since, what do I get? Let's see. Robert has been a teacher since last January. You see? It's the same expression, the same idea, but using different preposition. You get the same idea, but with different preposition. Okay, guys? Well, let's see. I'm gonna do a trivia here, right? I'm gonna have a trivia, some questions. Let's see, how do you answer? I'm gonna give you time to answer the questions. I'm gonna display here on the screen, okay? Let's see. Trivia, number 1. Question number 1, let's see. You just copy the answer there, okay? Let's check after. For how long has Teacher Eddie worked at St. Thomas School? I repeat, for how long has Teacher Eddie worked at St. Thomas School? Okay, I'm gonna give you 1 minute to copy that. I want you to copy the complete sentence, okay? For how long has Teacher Eddie worked at St. Thomas School? For how long has Teacher Eddie worked at St. Thomas School? Remember to follow the structure, no? You have to identify the subject, the auxiliary, the verb, and the complement. Okay, let's see. You guys ready? It's not difficult, right? It's easy. You tell me when you're ready. Okay, ready? Who has it? Let's see who has it. The answer is... Look at what I'm doing here. I'm using he has with contraction. So I say he's worked, he has worked. Or if you want to complete with the subject, Teacher Eddie, yes, it's okay, Teacher Eddie, or he has. You could say Teacher Eddie's, applying the contraction with auxiliary he has. So, he's worked at St. Thomas School for 1 year and a couple of months. You see? Easy, simple. Alright? Look at, since I'm expressing the quantity, I'm using preposition for. Okay? Number 2. Let's see. Question number 2. How long has Teacher Eddie been a teacher? How long has Teacher Eddie been a teacher? If you have paid attention in classes, you can answer this, because I have talked about this many times. Again, how long has Teacher Eddie been a teacher? Let's see who has the answer. Who has the answer for how long I have been a teacher? Come on, come on, come on, guys, come on. How long has teacher Eddie been a teacher? Who has the answer? Complete sentence. I want the complete sentence. You know that I want you to express yourselves complete. Okay? Who has the answer? Ready? Okay, let's see. He's been a teacher since 2001. He's been a teacher since 2021. Actually, that was very simple because we have already talked about this in classes. Okay, guys. I hope that everybody got the answers and everybody understood the topic. Remember that if you haven't understood very well, you can send me an email, you can text me. Anyway, we're going to be working on this these days. You have the exercises to work, the ones I send you the links. And I think that's it for today, guys. Any question, please let me know, okay? Remember to keep practicing, remember to keep studying, it's very important. And I don't know, guys, see you soon. Goodbye.